This week I had just 2 days to make an art doll, so it had to be something quick and simple. Beady dolls are the smallest dolls I make, so this one should have been ready in plenty of time. Sometimes though, materials don't behave the way you expect them to, and the simplest doll can come with unexpected challenges. I'm starting with my own template and some plain white quilting cotton. Beady dolls are little hanging cloth art dolls. I designed them to be both space-saving and lower cost than my larger bead-jointed dolls. They're generally quite quick to make. The arms and legs are going to be strings of glass beads, so there's no need to make lots of tiny cloth pieces. The head and body are made from cotton stuffed with kapok fibre. This part is still quite time-consuming. Getting the stuffing smooth and even can be tricky, but once I get the basic shape of the doll, the rest should be fairly straightforward. The head is turned and stuffed through a little T-shaped cut in the back. I insert the neck into the same hole and stitch all the way around with some extra strong polyester thread. I fasten it off on the back of the head where it'll be hidden under the hair. By the way, if you've just found me, my name's Jo. I'm a full-time doll artist based on a narrowboat in Wales. I've picked out some dusky pink and black lace for the dress. I've got some super chunky acrylic yarn in the same shade of pink, so I think that'll work well for the hair. As usual, I'm shading the eye area with Derwent Coloursoft pencils to get a nice dark shadow around the buttons. I'll give it a coat of fixative spray, then work on the clothes while it's drying. I decided to give her some lacy black underwear and a black and white striped bodice with the dusky pink lace trim around the top. I pin the bodice in place first to get the fit right, then I'll hand stitch it to the doll. It doesn't need to be removable, so it's ladder stitched right up the back. I stitch a couple of darts up the sides too, so it fits the curve of the waist. I've used this fabric many times to make the arms and legs, but I usually cut it so the stripes are horizontal. It has a bit of a stretch going the opposite way to the stripes, which is usually fine, but with the stripes being vertical on the bodice, it's making it a bit difficult to sew. The stripes are kind of stretching and looking a bit wobbly around the waist area. I could start again with different fabric, but I really like these stripes. I think I can do something with it. I'm gonna leave it for now and do the rest of the face while I think about it. These resin buttons have a lovely sheen to them. They're almost black, but have a very slight purple tint. I stitch right through the head so they sit really tightly to the face. Again, the hair is going to cover all the stitches at the back. I used Derwent Line Maker pens for the fine details on the face. I had perfect vision when I was younger, but these days I need to use a magnifying lamp for this. I just need to add a couple of finishing touches to the mouth, then I need to figure out those wonky stripes. I think a wide corset type belt could look quite nice. I've got some black grosgrain ribbon and I'm just fixing it in place with some super thick tacky glue. I'll put a link to the one I use in the description. I want to add a bit more detail to that, but I'll give it a few minutes to dry first. I'm a little bit behind where I wanted to be, but the skirt shouldn't take too long. As long as nothing else goes wrong, she should be ready in time. I think she needs a bit more pink on the dress, so I'm going to add some of this satin ribbon around the waist to break up the black. A little splodge of glue at the back should be just enough to hold it. This glue holds quickly on fabric and it's acid free, so I know it's going to last well. I'll pin it till it's dry, then I'll trim that later. I found some lovely black satin cord for the hanger with a silver plated ring to make hanging easier and a metal bead to give it a bit more structure. I want to make sure the cord is attached securely to the head. I don't want to risk it coming away later. It doesn't need to look neat. I'll be styling the hair over it, so this bit won't be visible. I'm using some Gutterman top stitch thread in dusky pink to thread the limbs. I've chosen some pink glass faux pearls and some clear glass beads with a subtle black crackle effect. I'm alternating them for a stripy look. I add a metal bead and then the last bead is a drop-shaped drawbench glass bead in dusky pink. I pass the thread back up through all the beads and fasten it off under the clothing. The drawbench beads are just stunning. I actually bought them a few years back. I've been waiting for the right doll to use them on. I think they suit this little one perfectly. I need to take some photos, edit them and get this doll on the website this morning, but I still have the hair to needle felt first. So I'm up early with a pot of strong coffee for motivation. I'm using some super chunky weight acrylic yarn for the hair. I want to style it into pigtails, so starting at the back, I'm needle felting lengths of the yarn in the direction it's going to be tied and unravelling it as I go. This is just what I didn't need. A felting needle has snapped off in the doll's head. I need to get it out. I use a magnet to locate the needle tip. Hopefully it'll just be below the surface. I'm making a tiny cut with some thread scissors. I'm hoping I'm in the right place. There it is, disaster averted. I'll just pop a new needle in the felting tool and felt over the hole. She'll make a full recovery. Felting doll hair takes a bit of concentration, so it's probably not a great idea to do this when I'm tired and rushing. But the caffeine's kicking in now, so I'm going to keep going and hope for the best. I'm being extra careful now to hold the tool at a right angle to the surface, so the force goes directly through the tips of the needles. It's when they hit the surface at an angle that they're likely to bend and break. I'm felting a parting up the centre of the back of the head, but the hanger will be in the way at the top, so the hair will have to be styled around it. This is taking longer than I hoped, but I'm not going to rush. I can't afford to make any more mistakes. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the like button to let me know. This also helps it get seen by more people. Now I just need to arrange the hair into pigtails and tidy it up a little. It takes a few adjustments to get them symmetrical, but she's looking cute. I think it was worth the effort. I've added some black ribbons and a necklace with a little mouse charm, and she's ready for a photo shoot. Fashionably late. If you'd like to know more about how I came up with the idea for beaded dolls, watch this video next and I'll see you next time. Bye!